Hey guys, how y'all doing today? This is Noma 996, and today I'm going to give you guys a very interesting deck profile. One I've actually built a long time ago. Never thought I would profile because it was just too one of those fun decks, but I thought, why not? This is my deck profile of Bouncers. Now, if you guys don't remember, these were these cards that were released in what was it, Galactic Overlord, and that was the one that had Big Eye and all that. So really, these guys were pushed aside. It contained 3 monsters and an Xyz, which is actually really good. It's been used a lot in a lot of rank 6 spam decks, but I decided to try to make a Bounzer deck as best I could. And really what this deck is based on goal is to make rank 6s, but also can make some really cool level 8 synchro plays. And let's get into it. We start off with 3 of the Blade Bounzer. I mainly have this in here because it's a name. Also because it's the only one we can normal summon without tributing, or legit normal summon without tributing. It has a really nice effect where you could discard a card, and then you can target, if it attacks and destroys opponent's monster, then you can discard a card and it can attack again in a row. So you could pitch like Plague Spreader or Malicious to get your combos off. So yeah, a decent card. And then we play 3 of the Hammer Bounzer. This is probably the best of the Bouncers, at least in the main deck. What this card can do is if your opponent controls a card and you control no cards, you can normal summon this without tributing, which is really cool. It's at 23. So, and if this card attacks and your opponent's monster, and as long as you control no spell trap cards, then your opponent can activate spell traps into the end phase. Kind of like a watered down Armidas effect. It's kind of like Armidas before we had him, but it's still decent. I mean, you're not really playing a lot of that much back row in this deck. I mean, you're playing 10 traps, but really, when you get this off the field, you want to make sure you have no back row or anything like that. So, it's a decent card. We play 2 of the Phantom Bounzer, and I had it at 3, but it was really cloggy at 3. I played 2, and it's more or less just to get shit rolling. This is the only card you have to really tribute for, which is in this deck is not too difficult. What's really cool about this is if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard by any means, so by battle card effect, whatever, then you can add 2 Bounzer cards from your deck to your hand. So you can add the Trap or Hammer Bounzer preferably, or you can add Blade Bounzer if you want to. So, but yeah, only at 2. I was going to cut it down to 1, but I really didn't want my deck to be that spell heavy. So, yeah, played at 2 is good. So that does it for the Bouncer lineup. For the non-bounce, we play 3 Dodo Don't Worry. This card is absolutely key. What this card can do is basically you can normal summon it without tributing, but its attack becomes 1800. And if this card attacks, negate all card effects that activate in your opponent's graveyard. So I'm guessing this was meant to combat like Breakthrough Skill or like Graveyard Traps. So it's interesting effect. Mainly this is out so you can normal summon it automatically, get level 6, so you can go into level 6 play or rank 6 play or level 8 synchro and all that. Then we play 3 of the Plague Spider Zombie. Again, this is to get our level 8 synchro plays off, but also it's good gift card fodder for Bounzer because you could just use this effect to bring it back and just synchro again. Then we play 3 of the Malicious, and you get. And I actually should play Foolish Burial in this deck, but I really don't see taking anything out to fit a Foolish Burial, so I'm just going to leave that out. I mean, I would probably be a better idea, but, you know. So anyway, what Malicious can do, if you know what Malicious can do, you can banish this card from the graveyard and then special summon 1 from your deck, instant availability to rank 6 and whatnot, and for level 8 synchro plays. Then we play 2 of the Fiend Mega Cyber. This card has a nice effect where if your opponent controls at least 2 more monsters than you do, you can special summon this from your hand. So, you're not the greatest, but it's still decent. For the spells, we play 2 Pot of Duality, 2 Misties, 2 the Warrior Returning Alive, because most of the ones we play are Warriors, at least the ones we want to get back. Yeah, most of them are Warrior, except for Plague Spreader. 2 Rank Up Magic Neuron Force. I'll explain why I played this when I get in the extra deck, because it's a really cool card. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Raigeki, and 1 Soul Charge. For the traps, we play 3-Dimensional Prism, pretty standard. 2 Bouncer Guard, excuse me. And what Bouncer Guard does is it protects your Bouncer from being destroyed by battle and being targeted by card effects. And this turn, if a monster attacks, it must attack the Bounzer monster. Like, all monsters must attack the Bounzer monster. So this is really good against, like, Hammer Bounzer or Photon Strike Bounzer, because it had such a high attack. We play 1 Vanities because I'm trying to get this to the new April 1st ban list, and, you know, I never really played Vanities that much in any of my decks anyway, but, well, I figured 1 Vanities wouldn't hurt. Excuse me. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Torrential, 1 Compulse, and 1 Warning. For the extra deck, we're starting off with Synchros, all level 8. We're playing 2 Beelza, the Diabolic Dragons. And this card is just super good. I mean, I don't really have to explain why I play it. 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend. I like this because for its first effect, when it sends a card to the graveyard, gain life points equal. And with Bouncers, you're going to need a lot of stalling to get your plays off, in some cases. Then we have 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, and 1 Crimson Blader. For the XZs, we play all rank 6s, mostly. We play 2 Photon Strike Bouncers. Now, this is a really interesting card that I'm surprised didn't get as much notoriety as it did when it came out. It came out as a secret rare in Galactic Overlord. I actually pulled one time. I was very excited. Basically, what this card can do is, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, and basically when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card and negate its effect, and inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent's life points. So, excuse me, I keep burping and hiccuping. So really not the best effect, but what I really like about it is it can activate on your opponent's turn. So it automatically stops them. Like if it activated on your turn, that'd be even cooler. But since it activates on your opponent's turn, then it stops their plays and they can't really do anything. And it inflicts 1,000, which is nice. 2 Gauntlet Launcher. I was gonna play this at 3. But I wanted to make room for 1 more card. Gauntlet Launcher is really cool. Just detach material and just destroy a card. I mean, that's basically gets rid of a lot of problem cards. 2, number 39, Utopia Beyond. This card is really interesting. It's very specific to some decks, but what I like about it is, or you could also go into Astral Force if you really want to build a Utopia deck. But what this card can do is basically when it's Xyz summoned, the attack of all monsters your opponent controls becomes 0. So that is really good. And you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, target 1 face-up Xyz monster you control, 1 Utopia monster you control, banish the first target, revive the second, and if you do special summon the second target, then gain 1,250 life. So it can target itself in the grave. Otherwise, I would play more Utopias, but still, nice little combo. But really, this is why it's in here, because of another certain card, and that is number 6, Chronomaly Atlantis. So, this card is really ignored, but I really do like it. What it can do is that if it Xyz summoned, you can target a number monster in your graveyard, i.e. number 39, and it gains half its attack. And then, if you want to, once per turn, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card, and get rid of the Utopia, and then you can half your opponent's life points, but you cannot do any other battle damage. Cannot conduct your battle phase, which is totally fine, because that is just awesome with that card. I really love what that card can do. But its Chaos form, C6, Chronomaly Chaos Atlantis, is even better. So if you activate any of these cards' effect, you take no damage for this turn. So you really can't use the first effect, the really good effect, the first turn. Otherwise, it'd be super OP. But basically, once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card, and equip spell who gains 1,000 attack. If this card has number 6, Chronomaly Atlantis Xyz material gains its effect, you can attach 3 Xyz materials from this card, and send all number monsters equipped to this card to the graveyard, minimum 1. Okay, so you have to target an opponent's number monster, which is really not that bad, because a lot of decks are playing. There are some really cool number of monsters that are teched into a lot of decks. And then, if you detach it, you can make your life points 100. Holy crap. I used this one time in Chronomaly's, and it saved my ass. It's kind of conditional, but if you can pull it off, it is awesome. Like, seriously, just make your life points 100, and then they're basically done. You've got a 33 beater out for next turn. They can't do nothing. So, yeah, really nice card, I think. So, anyway, guys, excuse me, that is my Bouncer deck profile. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Like, the fact that you dodged my video really just makes me feel a whole lot better about my day. So, yeah, I will be posting a duel video with this. I've tested these out before, and they've actually been really successful. A lot of people don't really expect them. And when they do, they're like, really? Bouncers? That's interesting. You know, they're really intrigued by it. So, guys, I'm going to get to recording that duel video. So I guess I will see yins later. Peace!